Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, if there is any, reality TV, which is going to be Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion Part 3. Why is my screen like delayed? I hate when it does that. I got to figure out what's going on with that. Anyways, and of course, Jeff Lewis Live, my mind is blown. Y'all are going to have to explain some things to me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I hope you're having a great day. Mine started off normal, and then I got a call from my kids' high school. And I'm like, why is my kids' high school calling me? It was the school nurse. So the daughter that's had really bad allergies. We got her on some medicine a few weeks ago, an inhaler and some Z-Pack, I guess, like an anti-infection Z-Pack, whatever that, antibacterial, whatever. Anyways, we went back because she's still having like wheezing. She had like a coughing fit after she took this big test today. So got her into the doctor and they started her on prednisone. If you've been around a while, you remember I had to take prednisone when I got shingles right here. And oh my God, the first day, for one thing, I was in a hella bad mood having shingles. I was so uncomfortable. Shingles was no fun. Anyways, but being on the prednisone, to me, they're these tiny little uncovered aspirin-like pills. They're tiny and thin, but the aftertaste is awful. I mean, I was literally like, the day one, you have to take 6 of them. So 2 in the morning, 1 after lunch, 1 after dinner, and then 2 before bedtime. Then after that, it slows down. There's a little bit less, but still. I mean, when she said prednisone, I was like, oh my God, do you have anything else to offer? I was like, that's great. She was like, well, no. She's like, well, what's wrong with it? And I told her, I said, oh, I just had the worst aftertaste. Somebody, thank you, Jesus, somebody told me in the DMs about taking the prednisone and cutting up fruit or something and pushing it I was doing strawberries, pushed it into the strawberry. Then I would cut the strawberry and lay it in the back of my throat. And then I would have to just drown water. I know that sounds dramatic. It was dramatic. I'm telling you, the way I reacted to prednisone was just disgusting. And the doctor was like, well, I've been on it. My kids are on it. Like it's never been a problem. I'm like, okay. So then they also gave her this cough syrup, some cough medicine that they had gave us last time. Apparently it's really hard to get. So they said we were out of it. We'd have to order it. Then they're like, it's in, come pick it back up. Then my daughter was like, look, I'm on so much medicine. I'm good. Like if I need it, I'll get it. Anyway, so she recommended that. We still picked up that. So she's on that and the prednisone. Oh my God. Hope she feels better. Of course, she hasn't had a coughing fit since she got home, but she did. She just that cough that's just stuff is coming up and it's just exhausts you. You know what I mean? So, oh my gosh, so much. Wait, what? Did he really? I'm reading y'all's comments already. Get comfortable in comments. Applesauce. I mean, I didn't have applesauce. I think someone did suggest applesauce at the time, but a strawberry worked fine. Anyways, she took the 2 pills better than I did, but she did say there was an aftertaste. So anyways, maybe she inherited that from me. Oh my gosh. But other than that, having a good day. I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that my doctor doesn't want me to walk, doesn't want me walking around the house even without tennis shoes on that lace up. So annoying. I live in Houston. It is already hot here. I would rather be barefoot or in flip-flops any day of the year, all year round. So much less wearing tennis shoes year round, or in my house, driving me nuts. But he wants me to quit working out, wants me in a boot on my right foot so I can get this, whatever they call it, tendonitis better. So I can then have a good foot to get the plantar fasciitis fixed. And I need to stretch that more. And then so I can have the bunion surgery on the left foot. Like, I'm just seriously, Louise says, why won't you wear the boot if it would help you? If that makes no sense. It's 4 to 6 weeks. So like tonight I was supposed to meet friends out for dinner. Now we had to cancel it and switch to next week. But I mean, I just had this simple black t-shirt dress on, but wearing a boot, it's like everywhere you go, wearing a boot, like all the time. Like I'm up and down all the time. I'm doing stuff. I'm running errands. I'm like, and I want to work out. Like 4 to 6 weeks is a long time. I'm trying to lose weight. Like that will help my feet feel better. Oh my, you've been in a boot multiple times? Well, if it was a game changer for you, why you been in it multiple times? Charlie says the boot was a game changer for me and I had it multiple times. He didn't say I needed Vionic sneakers, but I am in New Balance, so I think they're good. Anyways, oh wait, I can? Wait. He did not tell me this. Louise says you're not glued into the boot. Well, I know that because I can take it off whenever I sleep and if I'm laying in bed. But he said you can take it. You said you can take it off when you go out to dinner. But that seems to defeat the purpose. Like he wants me, trust me, he wants me off this foot for 4 to 6 weeks, not working out, not walking, all of that. So I don't know. It just sounds, oh my gosh. Charlie says, I never used the boot till the last time, which was several years ago. Laura says, I had my bunion fixed because I broke my foot and I had to wear the boot. It was not terrible, but it was a bummer a summer in Texas also. Oh my gosh. I do want my feet better, but 4 to 6 weeks, y'all, that's a lot. If it was 1 week of no work, it's the combination. It's the wearing the boot, taking it on and off, just the hassle with that. Knowing that I can't work out, knowing that I'm trying to lose weight. I love working out. I've been working out since I was 15 years old. Like it's just part of who I am. I'm 52 years old now. I think the only time I didn't explicitly work out was maybe 6 to 8 years when all the babies were little. You know what I mean? And I was having all the babies. But still I walked and I did things, but I didn't explicitly work. You know what? Even then I did a 5 a.m. not body pump. I did this boot camp thing. I used to leave and go to the boot camp while my husband was home before he went to work. Jane says, I would want to get my feet better. Wear the boot. You can do weights for your arms and keep muscle. I mean, but is that where I need the muscle? I mean, I know. I'm just being honest. I'm wrapping my brain about it. You know what I mean? Louise says you don't want your feet to get better. You prefer to whine about it. No, I prefer to be able to work out and not wear a boot and yet my feet get better. Okay. Does that make sense? That's all I'm telling you. Plus, y'all have to understand, I've got 6 months ahead of me. 6 months, 3 months of recovery for my left bunion surgery. Then when that's healed up, 3 more months of my right foot bunion surgery. So I've already got 6 months of doing all that. You know what I mean? I guess I could swim. I don't, yeah. Gretchen said, do you think the weight loss medicine is making your feet hurt? It came out yesterday. Sharon Osbourne and Oprah are having issues with their feet. No, I haven't heard. I don't think that's at all. Because if anything, I had the plantar fasciitis before, and I do feel like I get that whenever I gain weight. So I don't feel like it's from the medicine. And I know whenever I fell, wearing these little sandals that I had on, that's whenever I hurt my right foot. So that's whenever this tendonitis thing, he says this little bone, he showed it to me where it's cracked. And then the bunions have been around for decades. There's nothing I can do about that. The bunions are, been around. Deborah says, if the doctor said your kid needed to wear it, you would make them wear it. 6 weeks is nothing compared to getting healed forevermore. I'm being a baby. I am. I'm wrapping my brain around it. I'm just saying maybe in a week or two, I'll be okay with it. But it was a lot to take in yesterday. First of all, I showed up because a friend's husband had told me that he just had a coworker just had in the Pearland area, 2 bunions done on the same day. So I went in already having the doctor's appointment, but I was like, hey, I can't remember if I asked you all this, but is there any chance you will do both feet on the same day? Because then I can just recover. I promise you I'll do a good job, whatever. I've already set aside that my winter is bunion time, fixing the bunions, right? And he's like, no, I won't do it. Don't do it. Insurance won't cover it. So, I could, but I'd rather hit my deductible and just be done with it too, right? Because I'm not trying to pay this. My kids are getting older. So, two of them already have jobs after they graduate college. So eventually they will off our insurance. Like, we won't have as many people helping us meet the deductible every year. And our deductible's over $8,000. And I can't imagine it's going down anytime soon. Jackie says, do 1 foot this year and the other the next year. But see, my deductible starts over January 1st. Oh, for real? Kim says, longtime nurse here, RN. Dark chocolate helps tremendously for coughing. Now, the doctor specifically told her not to be drinking dairy and to drink a lot of water to bring up the mucus, the phlegm in her throat. You know what I mean? Ooh, I look smaller, Mayboo says. Thank you. Well, the good news is, Jen Helen says, can you drive with bunion surgery? Since I'm doing my left foot first, because that's the one that's in extreme pain right now, and it's really preventing me from comfortably doing lunges, things like that, I can drive because it'll be my right foot would be okay. But obviously, if I found anyone to do both surgeries at once, then I wouldn't be able to drive. But I'm fine not driving. I promise you, I am ready to heal. I've never had a surgery ever in my life, ever, ever, ever. But I've had medical procedures. Just Google thrombosed hemorrhoids when you're pregnant. I've had medical procedures, but I've never had a surgery. I've only had like, 3 colonoscopies. So dark chocolate solves all problems, but I don't think it does with the mucusy. You know what I mean? Dee says it's mid-April. Do your boot before the real heat arrives. You don't want them to tell you in the fall that they can't do it. I did worry about that because he said, no. I need you to have a great right foot to put all your weight on when I do this left bunion surgery. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Stay away from dairy. Dark chocolate candy bars is not milk. Okay. Dark chocolate is not dairy. I don't know why I thought there was milk in dark chocolate. Anyways, okay. Y'all teach me all the things. Okay, I'm gonna power through it. I promise you I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna feel it, but it's just hard because I'm literally just 2.5, 3 months into my weight loss journey. So I'm trying to lose the weight that I know will help with a lot of things, but I also know I'm going to deal with 6 months of not working out after the surgery. And that's a lot. Like I literally don't ever go that long, Okay. We're going to chat Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Somebody's going to have to explain to me the whole Garcelle of it all, because I still don't understand what happened. Seemed to be a shock. I don't even know. I don't understand Dorit. I don't understand Sutton. I don't understand Kyle. I don't understand a lot of all those reunions. But Jeff Lewis Live, if you did not hear, he let us know today that MJ is now uninvited to next year's BravoCon and next year's and 2028 and 2029 and 30. And oh my God, it is going to be interesting tomorrow. So on tomorrow's show, it's Jamie Kennedy and MJ on together. And then on Friday's show is apparently somebody that MJ let us know on her podcast that she's feuding with, Kelly Dodd and Rick. They're going to be on Friday. So I'm just curious. If you saw my video, you know that I made a video saying that Jamie Kennedy was announced that he's going to be on Rick and Kelly's Patreon this week. I don't even see the connection there, other than the fact that they might have met at ChumpCon. Jamie Kennedy is no one that I would ever think that Kelly Dodd wanted to be even near, much less inviting on her Patreon, unless he had something to offer her. Like, I don't understand. So I'm a little perplexed by that. But also, Jamie Kennedy feels like to me he knows all the gossip, And he probably knows that MJ is now beefing, because he loves to use the word beefing, with Kelly Dodd. So the fact that he would now go on their Patreon when he seems to always ride or die from MJ, I'm just dying. I will explain it all in case you've been confused and not listening to the show for sure. Oh, okay, maybe probably because of the movies he was in. Maybe says Jamie Kennedy got on well with Rick, apparently. Yeah, and apparently on that Patreon, they're going to show a lot of videos. Margaret said they had a lot of videos together at ChumpCon. Okay, so apparently they're going to show a lot of videos too that they did. Wait, when did she say that? Well, MJ just said this on Monday's podcast, which I'm assuming they record on Sunday night. Jackie says Kelly said a couple of days ago that her and MJ are good. She kept on saying that she loves MJ. Well, MJ said said a bitchy comment and was anyway, so she's gonna set her straight next time she sees her. So thank y'all. I actually flat ironed my hair because I thought I was going out to dinner, but now I just thought out some meat patties to cook. What, for real? Oh, are you kidding? You're kidding. You're kidding. Heather says MJ will be on Juicy Scoop on Thursday, so tomorrow. Wait, this is getting super weird. Okay, the fact that someone said the other day that soon MJ is going to be having dinner with Heather McDonald and Brandy and Julie and Megan and Chef Stu, I was like, no, it's never going to be that bad. And now you're saying MJ's going to be on Juicy Scoop on Thursday? Wow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay. Mary says MJ is moving to the dark side, apparently. ASAP. Wow. Okay. Let's chat Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Reunion Part 3 was on last night. I watched it this morning. The narrative is that Dorit keeps coming after Sutton for the last 2 years about her being a drunk. And yet Dorit keeps like denying it. She's like, Sutton, you're the one that brings it up. You actually did a story saying that you start drinking at like 10 in the morning. It makes you a nicer person. I'm like, first of all, someone can say something about themselves. It's you. She don't like you, Sutton. Like, y'all aren't besties. But you are the one implying and saying that she has a drinking problem, that she drinks in the morning and she carries around that great ocean spray so she can mix it with her vodka and she's got a problem. I'm like, honey, you're drinking every single time. Everyone knows your order. The carcass is out, blah, blah, blah bullshit. Like, seriously. I just thought Dorit should have just admitted it. Yes, I've been saying that. It was very rude. Let's move on. I would like to be friends. I don't know. I thought it was super awkward. Pretty close to the beginning, Garcelle admits that she was pissed off the whole time on the couch. She's like, I've been pissed off. I get no grace. When I came in this morning, after I came in, nobody is smiling at me. And even Kyle's like, well, did you smile at anyone else? And they just didn't smile back? You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I think her dress and the sleeves were sticking to each other. They were like beads and sequins. They were sticking to Sutton's dress. I think she was so preoccupied and irritated with that damn dress. She was like, I just want out of here. But she stays till the very end. Stayed till the very end, had a drink of the cocktail. All of a sudden, they go to take the cast photo, which she had said 7 hours before. I just hope we get to a place we all take a cast picture today. In other words, everything is hunky-dory at the end. Nobody has an emergencies. Nobody leaves. Nobody storms out. And then she's the one that stormed out. She's the one that left at the very end, calling people assholes. There's no team. She didn't wait. Apparently, she was supposed to go to dinner with Sutton. She just left. I don't think she and Sutton have spoken since then. So clearly, she's probably not on good terms with any of the rest of them. But she and Sutton were apparently really good friends. And I think it's been said that they haven't spoken at all. So I don't know if either one of them have come out and said it, but what? Heather says Dorit is so painfully thin with bones sticking out from everywhere. It's so awful. I wish it was me. I had to laugh when I saw that and said, I wish it was me. Oh my gosh. Well, why would they not show that though? Yvonne says, I think they left a lot on the cutting room floor. Apparently, she had a huge fight with Bose. I've also heard she had a big fight with Bravo before the reunion. She came into the reunion already mad, already upset about something, but clearly she knew at the reunion that she was going to quit. She was like, I'm done. It's over. I'm asking for cameras to be down. And I never asked for cameras to be down. I'm a team player. It was crazy. Like, I still don't really understand it. But you can tell because, she was kind of quiet for most of it because, I mean, no offense, she doesn't have much of a storyline. She wasn't first next to, Andy. She was last, farthest away from Andy, except for Jennifer Tilly, who's a friend of, who, technically Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton were on most of the reunion, right? Oh, you thought she was going to cry? Kay Kitty says Garcelle looked somewhere between incredibly pissed off and hurt, like she was going to start crying at any moment. So maybe that's what was going on. And maybe that's why she was quiet. It just all hit her. I don't know. That or she was already mad before. She'd already had a conversation with Bravo and she knew that she was upset. Yes, Beth Fed said you could tell that Sutton knew more than she was saying. But I don't think she ever thought, I mean, she clearly went to her dressing room at the very end and they're like, she left. And she's like, she left? I mean, like, we were supposed to get supper, she said. You know what I mean? Well, Deja Mono says no one had a storyline except for Dorit. I mean, Bose being her first season, I feel like we learned a lot about Bose. I feel like she had a storyline in that. I feel like Kyle always has a story. It's whether or not she's going to tell it to us or not, which I thought she was at the very end. And she's just like talking in circles, saying nothing, basically. Like, I had a conversation. I never questioned my sexuality before. I've been with Mauricio for 30 years. But then all the stories that were coming out and all this stuff and all the rumors. And even before I'd done this sexy music video with Morgan Wade. And then I started thinking and questioning things. So I wanted to have this conversation, which was very uncomfortable, a very hard conversation. I mean, we're all on the edge of our seats. Kathy starts giggling like, I'm your sister. I don't want to hear about this. Like, la, 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 la. And she just keeps giggling. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Kyle is actually going to admit maybe I have feelings for women, or maybe I'm trying to, figure things out, or maybe I am questioning my sexuality, just something. And instead she denies it. I mean, even she says at one point, very heartfelt, I wanted to talk to my girls and just tell them these things. And they were so loving and so like, we support you for anything. Well, what did she think? I mean, it's 2025. We know enough about her family that thankfully, I would also assume they were all going to be fine. I mean, her daughter, Portia, is 16 years old. 16-year-olds nowadays, they've had kids, friends, coworkers, not coworkers, classmates, people on Instagram. They've had people come out, as gay or lesbian or, anything in their junior high, middle school years. So being age 16, I very much expect her. Plus, she's her mom. Like, Kyle always seems to be a really good and loving, hands-on mom. Like, I get that she's wanting to protect Mauricio and not out and out say that he's cheated because she wants to protect her kids and that is their dad and all that. But I'm like, you're on a reality show. Like, it is the show. Like, you got to talk. You know what I mean? No, she doesn't. Krista, you always say that. Morgan Wade dates men, just saying. Well, she's out as a lesbian. Like, there's no doubt about that. She might have dated men. I think she was married. I don't even know. She's so young. I don't even know. Anyways. Oh, yes. I do remember that Instagram story. Tea with Tambo right after the end of the season, right after 14 ended. Garcelle had an issue with Bose. About 2 weeks ago, Garcelle posted, all skin folk is not kinfolk. So we would have to assume by that she was meaning that she has an issue with with Bose. Anyways. Oh God, right? What was her name? Bravo and Stone says, the lady with the e-cigarette told us that Kyle and Mauricio were a fraud. Mauricio was never going to emotionally fulfill her. I'm sure there was long rumors and in proof that he was cheating. She absolutely admits that she is a, private investigator. She knew everything about him. So I'm sure even though she was distracted with having 4 girls and raising them, that Allison Dubois, thank you, Christina. I'm pretty sure she knew what was going on and, word got around, for sure. Smash says, why was Kathy laughing so much? I think she probably knew that Kyle was talking to her girls about like, hey, maybe I am sexual, maybe I am lesbian, maybe I am bisexual, maybe I am whatever I end up being. I'm just thinking about it and questioning it all. And I think Kathy just started giggling just as a sister. I don't know. But the fact that she was like, well, I told my kids, like, what if I was lesbian too? And even Rick was okay with it. And Nikki and Paris, I was just like, wait, what? Anyways, so weird. But all she would say was this uncomfortable, hard conversation. Absolutely wouldn't admit to anything. And even at one point, she said how Portia, who's 16-year-old, like stood up and went over and hugged her and was like, Mom, I accept you no matter what. I love you. There's nothing you could ever say to make me not love you. And it was so sweet because Andy Cohen was like, that's exactly what my dad said when I came out to him. And Kyle was like, well, no, I didn't come out. He's like, oh, well, okay. Well, that's what my dad, it was so weird. So weird. They're all single. They're all single now. Like it's like a jinx or something. Like Bose has a serious boyfriend. Jennifer Tilly has a serious boyfriend, but she's only a friend. No, I take that back. Kathy Hilton. So the two friend doves are either married or in a serious relationship, and then Bose is in a serious relationship. But everyone else is divorced. Like it's crazy. Yes, I agree. I don't know her hesitation. And if she hasn't figured it out in like the 2 years that they've been separated and all these rumors and the gay baiting that she's done with Morgan Wade, like Kyle, you either feel that way or you don't, or you're, what do you call asexual, where you don't want to be with anyone. But she talks about, I love being married. I wouldn't mind being married again. D says, and who the F really cares? Be who you want to be and be happy. Yes, Kyle, do that. Anyways, well, wasn't there a rumor about, I know there was a rumor about Brandy Glanville, or not even a rumor. She said that she got together with Denise Richards. Well, Denise Richards denied that because she's like, I'm married. Well, that doesn't mean you didn't bang one out with Brandy Glanville. But I feel like there was some rumor about Kyle too. Was that ever a rumor? Or am I making that up? I don't know. Mariah Joy says, I know it's 2025, but I still think people of Kyle's generation have a hard time coming to terms with their queerness. And it's also not just accepting one's sexuality, but they are also an age gap. Well, that makes sense. But I think she lives in Hollywood. She, if anywhere, is more accepting. She's not in like small town Idaho. She's in Hollywood where she's on TV. Age gaps of 30, 40 years is common. Women coming out as a lesbian late in life is common. Like, I don't understand I don't like that she won't come out and say something when you have to know she has some feelings one way or another. And if not, then just say, I absolutely don't feel like I'm a lesbian. I'm absolutely attracted to men. I have a type, she was saying. Whatever. The part about Sutton and her mom, Reba, Sutton was with her dad. She saw him the day before he ended his own life. She definitely, when she said those things about Reba, she was like, look, my mom knew, my mom's a therapist. My mom knew he was on depressive medicine or anti-anxiety or depressive medicine, whatever. She knew he was having issues. what else she said? Did she have back pain or something? She knew he was sick, she said, is the term she used. She knew that he had a loaded gun in the house. I don't know what it means about he had brought the dogs in. I have to assume that means maybe that was always something that he did. And so if he brought the dogs in, I didn't understand what that meant, but that clearly that meant something to them. But just to know that, Sutton, visited her childhood home in the room that he ended his own life in when his mom was there. And she's still coming to terms with not accepting it. What do you call it? What did she say? Like that she wasn't blaming her dad. You know what I mean? Wasn't blaming her dad. And I get that. Like I've never been in that situation, but it's just awful. I agree. Dana Maria, what is Kyle cashing a check for if she won't share her life? That's the deal on Housewives. Now, along with that, I do agree. If somebody keeps their children off the Housewives and doesn't talk about them much at all, but she hasn't. She's put her children on there also, but also 3 of the 4 are very much grown-ass adults who have also chosen to be on reality TV with their dad and on Beverly Hills for all these years. So it's not like anyone, it's not like they were always, quiet and wanted to be off the whatever. They wanted the celebrity. They wanted whatever money, whatever fame, however that helped their income with their real estate, job, whatever. It was crazy. Christina says, bottom line is we don't have the right to ask or force a person to say what their sexuality is. Everyone needs to leave it be. My problem with that is I feel like she's been gay baiting with Morgan Wade. So that's my problem with that is deny it. Don't do things and don't put yourself out there. Don't call the paparazzi. Don't do no. So that's my problem with it is that she's not just said, give us privacy on this. But yes, she is on a reality TV show. So that is a huge part of it, that the whole time she's been married to Mauricio. You know what I mean? Mary says, I agree with that, but she should not be on a reality TV show in that case. For sure. Krista says she's promoting Morgan Wade and she's working on her life story documentary, which you would think would be done right now, right? Oh my gosh. Mabu says, my husband's dad ended his own life by fumes in a car when he was 12. It still haunts him today at age 53. Oh my God. I can only imagine. The things that go on. Yes. And she put Morgan on that show last season, Heather says, right. Anyways, Briss says, I believe that Kyle has a thing with Morgan, but she doesn't think she's gay. She's having a hard time saying it. And I get it, but it's been years now. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's been years. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting too. That's when I thought she was going to drop a bomb. I thought she was going to finally say something. And I thought, this is wild that Bravo hasn't promoted this. Ryan says it was interesting how Kyle was stopping Kathy from talking. I mean, she was basically like, look, stop laughing. You've had your moment. Let me talk. Let me explain all of this, which she just talked in circles. All she did was talk in circles. Like she stopped short of saying, just saying. And why did she keep dropping that crystal? Like, so I don't know much about crystals, but Kyle was carrying this amethyst crystal. I think it was for peace and like calmness, maybe confidence, whatever, the whole time. She dropped it like 3 or 4 times. Whatever it was, Dorit must have known what that crystal meant because Dorit was just like, like it was just bad luck or something. I couldn't figure out what it was. You think Kathy outed her? Heather says Kathy outed her. I feel like Kathy maybe knew more or has assumed and thought Kyle was going to say something. The fact that Kathy was like, yeah, I even told my own kids. I told my husband, what if I was gay? And they were all fine with it. I'm like, well, But then Kathy also says she wants her and Mauricio to get back together because she doesn't like change. She's like, well, just for the kids, I want them to be back together. Performative crystal dropping distractions, Shanda says. Uh-oh, okay. Well, it worked, right? Worked on me. Anyway, so weird. So Garcelle leaving, she had the drink, she had the cocktail at the end, and then all of a sudden she leaves just kind of out of the blue. They're all assholes, she says. I don't need this. I don't think there's any coming back from that. I mean, everyone is like, she's got her own life. They all have their own life. They all have their own careers. They all have their own money. She does have 2 houses. I don't know if those houses are paid off. All I know about anyone, any working actor or anyone on reality TV, it all helps keep their name in people's mouths, which gets actors and directors, calling you up for work, modeling jobs. Her son's cute. Don't get me wrong, Jade, but he might be a model from the benefits of his mom being on a very popular reality TV show. Might be like, oh, we're going to hire her son, Jade. It's Garcelle Bouvet's kid. I mean, I didn't know of her name. I know she's an actress. I know she's a director and all the things, but I didn't know who she was before Beverly Hills. I mean, I don't know. I just think it all helps you to be on a reality show. Gosh. Wait, Heather says, what? Tell me more though. Heather says, I rewatched that scene 4 times. Kathy outed Kyle. But I mean, it was like on the tip of Kyle's tongue, but I don't know. Tell me more, or choose to come on, hit the invite button. Anyways. Thank you, Briss, to remind people to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Okay, let's chat today's Jeff Lewis Live. So much going on. I'm almost nervous to listen to Jamie and MJ tomorrow, and then to hear whatever Kelly and Rick say, which they might not say anything. They might save it for their, Patreon or something. I don't know. Somebody also just DM me, or did they DM me? Now I can't check. But anyways, somebody said that MJ is fine. MJ announced that she was fine the other day and had no issues, and that she thought MJ was cool or something like that. So I'm like, well, I don't know. Is that after she listened to her podcast that came out Monday? Because today's only Wednesday. You have to understand, they record their Smash show the night before, except for their Fridays. I think they go live Friday mornings now. So when their podcasts come out today, it was from last night. So if she didn't say anything about it today, I can't imagine Tuesday, which would have been Monday night, her saying like, oh, her and MJ are fine. Like, what would make her say that? Like, her and MJ usually have nothing to do with each other. So I guess the fact that this is whatever's going on with Friday, when Kelly was basically saying MJ is not telling the truth. She had a lower facelift. It's not called a neck lift. I mean, semantics, if you ask me. I don't know. Hey, Kimberly. Work was delaying you. Late, but here. Stupid work. Hi, beautiful YouTube live crew. Hello. Stoney says, Rick and Kelly never say anything juicy on Jeff Lewis Live. They're terrified of Jeff, so they're tight-lipped and boring. I definitely agree with you. And I think they keep it for their own radio show. You know what I mean? I think they keep it for LTD says Monday morning was a live smash. So is that when they said it? I don't know, man. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So the Jeff and MJ thing. So weeks ago, over a month ago, because he kind of had to explain this to Jason Ritter, who was on today with Crystal Minkoff. Crystal Minkoff kind of knew a little bit, but not really. So a long time ago, Jeff had announced that MJ would be part of ChumpCon 2025. Then he caught wind that she was complaining to other Chump friends of his about it was a lot of work. The $10,000 wasn't enough money. And he confronted her, and she basically doubled down, like whatever. So she definitely admitted that she said those things, what have you, didn't apologize, whatever. So, she was dropped from being at ChumpCon. But he kept saying, and he kept having it on the radio, saying, you're definitely welcome at 2026. Well, she was never saying then, and maybe she didn't fully understand until she saw Crystal's Instagram stories, as she said, and the dancing by the pool. Maybe she didn't fully understand what ChumpCon was going to be. But she's been at BravoCon, so I would think she had a clue. Anyways, so she goes on her podcast Monday that came out this week, and she's basically like, her husband Tommy says, look, if you had a choice of going to Coachella or going to ChumpCon, which would you pick? Oh, by far Coachella. Coachella is my thing. ChumpCon is not my thing. Like at Coachella, you get to pick who you want to be with. You're not like looking for the party. You're not like people watching. I think she was basically saying there's not a big group. Like she's not friends. I think that's what she's saying. She's not friends with all those people. And she's not like a fan favorite. So it's not like all of the people are going to be like, oh my God, MJ, we love you, whatever, which she does have a lot of fans. I mean, a lot of fans from her podcast, but a lot of fans from Shaws of Sunset and a lot of Jeff Lewis Live fans, right? But she, on the podcast, she's like, oh, I got lots of stuff done. I was organizing my jewelry. I was getting things done, what have you. Well, Jeff catches wind of that. He says he was sent an audio clip of it, listened to it, and he was like, look, he thought she was shading Crystal. And Crystal's like, oh, and Shane's like, no, she wasn't shading Crystal. She's shading ChumpCon. She's saying, I saw Crystal's Instagram story of them all partying by the pool, and that's just not my thing. Like, I don't think she would be comfortable with that at all. And Crystal's like, oh, well, I hope she wasn't shading me, whatever. Like, that's weird. Jeff basically said she's uninvited. I forget the word he used. What did he say? Some kind of a fancy word. Oh, Yvonne Gal says fans, name them. I love a Sutton reference. Anyways, she's not invited next year. She's not invited in 27, 28, 29, 30. And Shane was like, are we going to have that many? And Jeff's like, yeah. So I'm curious. I don't think she'll be upset by that. But I also know she's going to be upset that he said it on the radio. Instead of her deciding that ChumpCon wasn't her thing this year, I don't think she meant I will never go in the future. I don't know what she meant by her podcast, but we'll find out because she and Jeff definitely need to talk. But the fact that she's going to be on with Jamie Kennedy is now going to be on Rick and Kelly's Patreon. I'm like, is MJ going to be upset? Like you're like that. I feel like Jamie is her one chump, right? Like that's her one dude that, I mean, Reza doesn't even stick up for her. And she's known Reza forever. Oh, Dee says Rick and Kelly are scared of being blackballed. Yeah, they can't take losing any more fans. You know what I mean? Oh, God. What song is that? Bravo and Stone says, MJ really thinks she's the shit and she's barely a fart. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. For sure, right? Katrina's like, for $10,000, I'd sure suck it up and put a smile on. Exactly. Like, it doesn't have to be your jam for everything, but she was really putting it down. I mean, listen to her podcast. She was really putting it down. Like I would rather organize my, under sink cabinet than go to ChumpCon. I mean, I'm like, for $10,000, like, honey. Yeah. Briss says this BravoCon is messing with friendships. BravoCon or ChumpCon? I mean, I guess we all wondered if something would happen. It doesn't sound like anything yet, but Jeff, we know, has already fired LaKendra Tukes from next year's ChumpCon. We don't know if she'll be invited on Jeff Lewis Live again or as often as she was. Thank y'all for the compliments on my hair. 10 minutes of fixing my hair and putting I've got mascara on today too and a little bit of eyeshadow. I've got moisturizer on, so I don't have my new makeup on, but I did buy new foundation today. So we know he and LaKendra Tukes are not exactly on the best of terms, and he's kind of making these jabs about Joey. So on Joey, So on the after show, the second show was Carrie and Monica, and then Crystal stayed on for a little bit. They talk about this dirty blonde guy that they keep talking, this fan. When Jeff added this information that Joey hooked up with this guy at Phoenix, there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was like 6 or 7 or 8 of us at dinner after the live event in Phoenix, Arizona in August of last year. And there was a guy saying, and he showed me DMs that he was going to hook up with Joey. And he was going to that Joey invited him to come to his hotel. Well, Joey and them's hotel was like 30 minutes away. So the guy, I think, was either going to have to Uber or drive or whatever. He had to work the next morning. So but I'm like, he was at dinner with us. And I'm like, well, when are you going? It was just weird. I never know what to believe anyways, right? Somebody bragging to me that they're going to hook up with Joey, showing me the DM. I was like, okay, dude, like whatever. If somebody sent me a picture of that guy, I can't think of what he looked like at all. And now I'm like, did he have dirty blonde hair? I guess he could have changed his hair color. There was another couple there that I don't think I'm so confused. I have such a bad memory. A husband and wife walked up to say hi to someone at our table, but I don't think they sat down and ate with us. I'm just so confused. I think this has to be the same guy, the dirty blonde guy. Whatever it was, he apparently like said something to Carrie, like, show me your tits. I mean, apparently he was kind of vulgar. He was telling a bunch of people that he had already hooked up with Joey. Like, what's their point? Is he trying to get him in trouble? Is he just bragging? Was he like, I don't know. It was weird. But the fact, if Jeff knows he hooked up with that guy in Arizona at that live event show, at the Phoenix live event show, and if the guy is walking around saying he hooked up with Joey that Saturday night, and they're saying that Joey admitted it, and now he's saying he didn't, and he was kind of laughing it off. I mean, Jeff is starting to make digs. And then Jeff says, well, we all know that Joey's stories change often. They change from day to day. Well, Jeff doesn't like that. There's one thing about Jeff. You can make a mistake, apologize, move forward, say you won't do it again, but Jeff doesn't go for lying. Jeff does not like a liar. So it was very interesting. He's said a few things over the days. And even when Joey was on, he didn't, even though Joey claims he's with some A-list celebrity, so that would make him have a reason to lie about hooking up with someone, because that would mean he was cheating, right? He didn't exactly deny it, right? He was just kind of like, oh, felt like he was ho-humming around. You know what I mean? Ew. Heather, which neck did MJ have lifted? That was wrong, right? Good Lord. Oh my goodness. No. I don't think so. Yvonne Gale says, weren't Jeff and MJ going to flip a house? I don't know if they were going to ever flip a house. I feel like Jeff had said he was going to flip another house with Christina, and then he was also, well, to Christina. No, gosh, what's her name? Oh my gosh, what's the girl he did the one house with that MJ sold that was on Hollywood House Lift, and then he did another house they flipped. What is her name? Because now I'm thinking of Christina from HGTV. He's also said he's kind of working with her, maybe doing something. I don't know. It's a lot. Ruby, lots of new people commenting today. I love it. Welcome. Ruby says, I have never seen Reza be so nice to anyone like he is with Jeff. They really need Jeff. I definitely think Jeff and Reza have a good thing going, and I think Reza is not going to mess it up. I think Jeff loves that Reza shows up on time. He's able to be called in last minute if somebody cancels. He's good with the fans. He kind of brings the tea. Christina Ricci, thank you. Christina Ricci, I feel like he was going to do another house with Wednesday, exactly. That's the movie I was trying to think of. And then the other one is the Christina Hall, whatever all of their different names are. Wait, who? Nut Fam says Rick and Kelly said that Jay's new boyfriend is moving to LA. Oh, wow. I don't know that they're going to like that they're giving out information that Jeff hasn't shared with us, but that's what Rick and Kelly like to do. What happened to Reza's shampoo? I don't know. What does that mean? Bravo and Stone. What happened to Reza? Did he have a shampoo line? I have no idea what that means. When did they say that? No, well, by the way, if I normally DM with you regularly, I'm very behind in reading my DMs. So if anyone sent me that Rick and Kelly said that, because y'all usually send me things. The way I learned today that Rick and Kelly said that about Jamie Kennedy being on their Patreon this week is because somebody texted it to me. So I'm always going to see my text faster than a DM. So I've got lots of DMs to read. I will get to those. Beth says he trusts Reza around Ty, so not sure about Joey. I mean, don't forget, even when Joey was with his husband, Brian, he very much overtly flirted with Jeff Lewis. And I think they almost admitted, without trying to admit it the other day, that Zach Noe Towers and Joey are the ones that hooked up. Remember that whole whatever hookup happened in the break room or the green room, maybe? Something like that. Mabu says, Reza is nice, but his head is firmly up Jeff's bottom. Don't deny that. Yes, Cecile says, is Reza still with Adam? Yeah, they've been together like 10 years, so for sure. Okay, LTD said they said it on Monday's live about Ty possibly moving to LA. Oh, not that he definitely was, so possibly. That's very different. Anyways. Yeah. Jordy says, I would love to hear his ex Brian's take on Joey. Can't even imagine how messy. Yeah. No, tell him. Okay, so what is up with this coffee guy kissing Carrie's hand? So at first it was Todd had said, oh, this guy like kisses her hand. Then he walks her to her car every morning with the kids there. And I'm like, okay, that's creepy. It's one thing if you don't have your kids with you, but I would definitely not want my young daughters seeing a random guy kissing my mom's hand and then walking her to her car multiple days in a row. Apparently that's not the case. Carrie is like, he's kissed my hand a couple of times. He's never walked me to my car, but she did admit that he's creepy. And, she's basically like, it's his problem, not mine. I shouldn't have to go to a different coffee place. Right. I thought that was weird, but I kind of love that. I don't know. I kind of like that she stood up for herself and was like, look, he's the one doing something wrong. He's the one that's creepy. I didn't come up to him, whatever. Yeah. Y'all talking about Stu. Is he sober? Like trust me, I never thought Stu had a drinking problem, but is he choosing to keep not drinking after he did the, what's that called? The hard 75 thing that he started at the beginning of the year. A few of y'all sent me his pictures. He does look great. Wait, what? Oh, about Joey. Jordy says, I would definitely believe that. High lifestyle, and he's not doing OnlyFans, so he ain't paying for all that from Taco Bell posts. I mean, he does do a lot of ads and, the hashtag stuff and promoting stuff. So whenever he gives a code Joey, or if he gives a code, I think he gets money from that. I mean, the fact that he's got a team that's taken the 20% out of his ChumpCon money, he seems okay with that, but I don't know that anyone else's team is doing that. You know what I mean? Heather says Stu is drinking lightly again. He's back. Okay. Wow. Libby says he said he drank in Ireland recently, but he went like 83 days sober. That's awesome. I never thought Stu had a problem drinking. I mean, I've never seen him drunk, and I've seen him at like BravoCon, social things where he would have been. I've never seen him drunk. Anyways, okay, I'm kind of shocked that Maria still works for Jeff. Like, I feel like as much as he blasts her on the radio, possibly stealing things, maybe, was it a necklace or a purse of Monroe's that he felt like disappeared, and all of a sudden it reappeared on the day that Maria was working. So what's going on now is Jeff's like, I'm an influencer. I get all these free products and I put them out on the table. And basically the plan is that I get first dibs on anything and everything that I want to take. And then everyone else can take stuff. But even Annie apparently was telling Monica, oh my God, like Maria came and took like all these products. And then Aurora just is like, just get me something, just leave it to the side, whatever. And then Annie's like, Maria took all the, or Aurora maybe said, Maria took all the expensive stuff. And Monica, the stuff she was wanting to take apparently was to take and give away at the Chumpioki, like the winners of that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know if Maria ever hears or gives a crap what he says about her on the radio, but I feel like he's had a problem with her for a while, and I'm kind of surprised she's still around. I don't know. Jeff did talk. We all saw the picture of Jeff and the picture of the girl flip, the people that Carney Wilson is using for her kitchen remodel. And then Jeff went over there for lunch and then gave her some ideas. Like apparently whatever she had picked out for like her backsplash, the tile, the whatever, the hardware, he was like, no, like do not like that. Do not do any of that. So I guess over the next couple of days, he's going to save her and give her some ideas on how she should be doing her. But the two girls posted and tagged Jeff and was like, oh my God, it was such a dream to meet him. So I don't know. And I think it said something like, stay tuned, right? Didn't it feel like there was some kind of, I think Carney posted. Did Carney? I don't follow Girl Flip, but Carney and I follow it. Yeah. So Carney posted it. Oh, she must have done one of those. Okay. Where they all what's it called? Like a collab where they all post it. So it's Jeff in the middle and then the two girls from Girl Flip. Still in awe after meeting one of the most iconic designers of our time, Jeff Lewis. Super excited for what's to come. So I don't know what that means. Anyways, wait, what? I just saw this on my friend Alice in Bravo Land. I love her. Jimmy Fallon and Bose are teaming up in his new NBC reality show. Wait, what? Learn all about it at NBC.com. No idea. Anyways. Oh, yes. I'm very near Galveston, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Jordan says, I have family in Houston and Galveston. It's awesome that you live there. I pretty much live between Houston and Galveston. Yeah. I love die. Yvonne Gal says, because maybe had said that she quit drinking 10 years ago because she doesn't like the flavor. Me either. I can't afford the calories. Good Lord. My problem is Dr. Pepper, a soda in Texas, my biggest fight in diet, but gosh, I love it so much. Oh my gosh, Dr. Pepper is so good. Anyways, anything else? Any questions? Jimmy Fallon's a bit fake. I don't watch those late night shows. They're just not my jam. You know what I mean? Carney did update us on Quinn. She has 2 broken arms from soccer, like at the same time. So I guess Friday night, Jeff and Todd are going to take their kids Quinn, not Pepper, Quinn and Monroe out, and they thought they were going to go bowling. And so Jeff must not know about the broken arms because she would have been like, well, how is Quinn going to, bowl with broken arms? And then Todd was like, oh, by the way, we can't do that. I forgot. Bad dad. She's whatever. Pepper's at a new school and it's going great. So that was a good update on that. She said that she'd really had a rough year, a couple of years. I did not, but somebody told me about it. Cecile says, did you watch the Hollywood Demons, the Housewife episode? Where is it at? And what exactly is it about? Yeah, 2 broken arms at one time from soccer. Like, ouch. And she's only like, I don't know. How old's Quinn? Is Quinn the oldest or is Pepper the oldest? They're like 10-ish, 12. They're like 9 to 12 years old, something like that. They're kind of in that. That's right. That's why Taylor Armstrong is in the news everywhere, because the story came out that he broke her face. So maybe he broke some bones or multiple. It's on Discovery ID and it's also on demand. So Investigation Discovery, and it's called Hollywood Demons. And I think it was also on Max. Somebody said it's so good. Really? So who else is on it? Is it about Hollywood, like stories that people don't know about? Is she the most famous? Because she's the only one I've heard of, but maybe that's because she's a housewife and that's everything that I see. You know what I mean? Anyways. Oh my gosh, that'd be fun. Rick's nose. Why is his nose purple? Denise said, Rick's nose, if Rick's nose gets any more purple, Kelly's going to say bye. Now, I know he had a nose job, but it doesn't look any smaller. Did it get any smaller? Wait, what? Kimberly J, are you on the medicine? Kimberly J says, I went to a compound pharmacy and the total with shipping was $250. It should last 3+ months. Wait, what are you talking about? For weight loss medicine? If you're getting it somewhere for 3 months for $250, let me know. Because that's a very good price. Heather says Rick's nose is an eggplant. Well, I'm so excited. We have almost 300 people on, so please make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button. I love that we have all of our OGs, and we have a lot of new people commenting, so it is way more fun to get in the comments, I promise you. So if you're over on TikTok, thank you so much for being on TikTok. Thank you for tapping the screen. But if you want to get involved and get into the comments, join us on my YouTube channel at Sarah from Texas Podcast. And I promise I'll watch The Valley tonight or sometime before tomorrow. And we will chat The Valley because I only got to watch Beverly Hills. That was enough. You're talking about MJ? B. Kent says, her bashing on ChumpCon isn't very smart. We know you don't mess with Jeff's money and business. Yeah. And the fact that she was telling it and complaining to other chumps, like probably trying to get them to agree. Oh, that's not very much money for all this work we're going to do. You know what I mean? Who is Siri? Jordan says, Siri, can I ask, what do you drive? You look like you drive a sick SUV. Oh, Sarah. I mean, I do drive a top of the line Suburban, but yes. Anyways. Oh, Lisa says, I hate to say it, but Carney Wilson bores me to death. I like her, but yeah, she doesn't often have a lot new to say. You know what I mean? But she's fun. She's lighthearted. She takes Jeff's crap. You know what I mean? Anyways, well, thank you so much for joining again. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to me here and follow me everywhere at Sarah from Texas Podcast. And I will see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Bye, Chumpettes. Sorry, I got to hit this puzzle thing over on